Yo, I suck. And that's my opening statement, and it's an accurate one, I'm afraid. This pick'em shit is hard, bro. I can't believe I only got 3 out of 5 in the opening stage, but it is what it is. I stuck with my gut, went with my original choices, didn't waver, so I have to take it on the chin. Either way, I still appreciate the support on the video, dropping a like and all the stuff that you did before for that opening stage. Still fun, and now I'm going to be going for gold instead of diamond, but gold will still be an upgrade on Copenhagen for me. I mean, if we just have a quick look at how it actually went for me in this opening stage, I mean, bro, just look at these results, right? I thought there was a number here that I was quite happy with. I mean, even with Fnatic and VP's inexplicable yet completely deserved losses against Rare Atom and Wildcard, their form is awful right now. I was still in a decent position in the last two days, and I genuinely felt good about it. Complexity got to 2-2 with a 50-50 game, failed. Passion got to 2-2 with a 50-50 game, failed. I got both Liquid and Furia right, but put them in the wrong place. And I think that's the main thing that ruined me. It feels harsh, but them's the rules. Them's the rules. And now we go into the next stage. And there are two ways to look at this stage. The teams who played the opening stage are coming in warm and on form. The teams who didn't are not. However, the teams that didn't also have had time to watch and study everyone who played in that opening stage. So yes, there are a lot of thought processes, about the right way to go. And this is going to be super, super difficult now. I think there are a couple of teams that are obvious 0-3s to people, but genuinely, I think there's about 6 teams that could go 0-3 here. Firstly, getting a few things out the way. Even though there's a good chance they play each other in the 3-0, getting straight in there, taking the risk. Navi Vitality 3-0, that's it for me. I think they both make it, and I think one of them should go 3-0, if not both. For it to be both, I think I probably need Mongols to beat G2, or at least G2 to fail in a BO1 somewhere. But I still... There'll be lots of people putting G2 3-0, and for good reason, because if they beat Mongols, their draw isn't that bad. But either way, I'm putting them to go through. I'm putting them with Mouse, who are a great 3-0 candidate, by the way. I'm putting them with Spirit, despite Spirit's really poor-looking form lately. I think they still have a floor level that's enough to get through. It could be a 3-2 squeak, like with FaZe. And FaZe, I get the impression this could be FaZe's last hurrah in a major. That's why I'm only putting them 3-1, 3-2, and I do think there's a good chance they're eliminated, to be honest. That's sort of world we live in at the moment for the current FaZe form. And the two teams that I'm going to put 0-3 before I get into my final picks to qualify are MIBR, and I think the wildcard story ends here. If you look at the teams that MIBR beat to make it here, not entirely hugely impressive. Wildcard's floor level, as I said, is actually really, really good now, but I think it has to come to an end at some point for a team like Wildcard, and I think it's going to be where it ends here. They could very, very easily beat FaZe in the BO1 to start off the tournament. That is, you know, FaZe are famed for their slow starts, and it's a BO1, it can happen without a shadow of a doubt. But now these last two choices in 0-3 for me, ones that could also be very legitimate, are Pain, are Big, are Gamer Legion, even Fury. I think Fury is actually a decent 0-3 pick at this point. If you look at the games they'd have to play, like their 1-1 could be difficult. They could be in a 0-2 against MIBR or Pain, and a regional matchup like that has always been a bit sort of up and down, I feel like, for them. I think Pain, if they do play Fury in a 0-2 game, actually I think Pain would win that. But I'm not picking either of them for 0-3 or to qualify. MIBR, as I said, beat amazing teams to get here, so I think they could beat Furia within Sunny's form especially, but I'm going to stick with this, and we'll have to see how it goes. Now, these two teams to make it through, the last two, there's a pool here of in my eyes, 3, which I feel more comfortable with. It's Heroic, Mongols, and Liquid. Now, sure, Liquid went 3-0, but it wasn't the cleanest of 3-0s, I will say. And that's what worries me somewhat. If there is such thing as a non-clean 3-0, I feel like Liquid kind of had it in a way. I've been impressed with them, but I do wonder if they're going to make it. And Mongols had a bit more of an impressive run in my liking. I think this is where Mongols peak. I think this is where they will put themselves as the premier Asian team in a Chinese major. For the Mongolian people who I'm sure will travel to China to go and see them play. I think this is where they make it. This is their pinnacle of the year. They've had an amazing year. I think this is where they crown it off. I think they make playoffs. Not sure about much further, but I think they make playoffs. And the other argument is Heroic. They are probably the team, alongside Mongols and alongside maybe the Liquid, 3D Max to less of an extent. But it's these three that are like the tier 1.5 teams of the entire year, pretty much. They're not like peaking, they're not making big, deep runs at big S2 events all the time, but they keep popping up and keep putting in decent results. For that reason, again, I think this is a risk because I've seen some really rough showings from Heroic lately, but I'm actually going to pick Heroic for this. And I think this is going to be a 6 or a group of 6 here that a lot of people will go for. But I am going to stick with it. Liquid could provide an upset. Gamer Legion could absolutely win a couple of BO1s. We've seen that they've got such an incredible form at the moment as a unit. And Big, I know I've ignored them kind of throughout the whole major, and perhaps undeservedly so. They've been looking genuinely solid, but it's still a team which I'm not confident in to really push their luck against the top teams in the world. And I do think a Mongols and Heroic will beat Big on their day if they do play against each other. So that's a save. That gets me silver, but unfortunately no more than that. It's rough, but there we go. I guess that for the playoff stage, I'll make another video for that once again, of course. And again, as I said earlier, I really do appreciate the support on the videos, despite the fact I suck at this. I mean, you know what? Actually, let's go back to the in-game. For the end of the video, I'm going to quickly show this in the in-game. I want to show you my record over the course of all the majors I've ever done, trophy-wise. So, the original Pick'em trophy went silver, silver, and gold. And this is when gold was the maximum. So I got, second best at Atlanta, second best at Boston, got the best at Face at London, and then the coins started. And as you might be able to see here, it's not the best look, I'm afraid. In Kato, I got only a gold when it probably should have been a diamond because I kind of bottled it. Berlin was gold, okay, not unhappy with that. Stockholm was the easiest diamond without a shadow of a doubt, so it's not really even a diamond I'm necessarily proud about. Antwerp was a solid gold, even though, again, maybe that was a diamond that got away. Rio, I had no chance without a shadow of a doubt. Paris was okay. Copenhagen, I had no chance. So silver is kind of the prominent colour in my history of Pick'em trophies, but there we are. Whether it's gold that was the max back in the day or diamond that's the max today, there were a few too many silvers, I'm afraid, in my collection, but there we are. Again, we'll finish off by saying thanks so much for the support. I'll be making, jokes about my own picks and all sorts of self-deprecating jokes along those lines on my Twitter and my socials. Make sure you follow me down below, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you for the next stage. Enjoy the next one, and it should be a lot of fun.